Good morning, students. Today, in this class, our topic is gas exchange through gills. In continuation of our previous topic, gases, exchange of gases in the animals, we are now in this part, gas exchange through gills. Dear students, you well know that a large number of organisms present within the water. Those organisms are known as the aquatic. In cases of the both plants and animals, a large number of species and their habitats are the water. We will take oxygen during the process of breathing or the respiration from the atmosphere, whereas the aquatic plants or animals get their oxygen from the water. That means dissolved oxygen in water. And due to that reason, the surface area for the exchange of gases and their structure is also different in comparison to the terrestrial animal, and that is why here the gases exchange through the gills. That means in the aquatic animals there is a special type of structure for gaseous exchange present, that is known as the gills. And through the gills, when organisms respire, that type of respiration is known as branchial respiration. So here in case of the fish, prawns and tadpoles of frog, the process of gaseous exchange takes place by a special organ of respiration called gills. Respiration by gills is known as branchial respiration. It is a fact that here you may also aware with this fact that much lesser amount of oxygen is present in water as compared to the atmospheric. So a large volume of water has to be constantly passes over the respiratory surfaces and moved over the respiratory surface during branchial respiration. This therefore breathing rate in aquatic animal is much faster as compared to the terrestrial one, Why? As because there is a less amount of oxygen present in water, and that is why the aquatic animal like the fish having the greater breathing rate in comparison to the terrestrial element. In case of the cartilaginous fish, that gills or the gill slits which are present in their body are not covered. But in case of the bony fish like rohu, katla, in this fish you may see that the gills or the gill chamber are covered with a lid that is known as the operculum. When the water taken or entered through the mouth, it passes over the gill chamber or the gill slits or the gills, and at the same time when there is a opening of the mouth for taking of the water, at that time also there is a closing and there is a coordination between the opening of the mouth and also opening of the operculum. This is a fact in case of the fish. In bony fishes like rehu, katla, gills are covered with a fold of skin called operculum. This is the covering of the gills. Water is drawn through mouth and passes over the gills exchange of gases occurs between the blood flowing through gills, filaments and water. This is the way how the gaseous exchange occurs in the fish. Like that in bony fish, I have given here example of bony fish. It is a fact that during the process of exchange of gases, when water as greater amount of water flows over the gills or over the gill chamber, they will respire accordingly, as because they extract oxygen from that water in which oxygen is dissolved. In comparison, you have seen here that a fairly very high breathing rate, and it is as because there is a less amount of oxygen present in water in comparison to the atmospheric air. It is assumed that it is estimated that it is thought to be that there is a more than 20 times greater amount of oxygen present in the atmospheric air in comparison to the aquatic one, and that is why their breathing rate is faster than that of the terrestrial. After this, we have the two activities in this session, and I would like to give an idea about that two different activities from your book. The first activity related with the exhalation of gas during the process of breathing, that is means the carbon dioxide, and the second one is related with the associated with the process of breathing in fish. So let us look about and see in these two different types of activities. Activity 6.4 from your book, page number 101. Maybe in the new edition page number may change, you may see that one. Objective. What is the objective of this activity? To demonstrate that exhaled air contains more carbon dioxide than inhaled air. So this is the objective, and for performing this activity we have taken the two test tube. Here the A test tube and the B test tube. In the A test tube there is a lime water, and in B test tube also there is a lime water. But in A test tube we have blow the air with the help of a pichkari, whereas in case of the blowing of air is here in the test tube B, that means exhaled air by us. We can exhale, and that air passes through this tube, and what will happen with the lime water and the air that is blown from this pichkari, and that passes through this rubber tube, and what will happen when mixed with the lime water. So here is the objective, and now this conclusion. In case of this A test tube containing lime water, you may see that in A the lime water takes a longer time to turn milky than that of the B, and it has been now proved that the amount of carbon dioxide in the exhaled air is more than in the atmospheric air. तो इस एक्टिविटी में हमें ये दिखाना था, और इस एक्टिविटी का ये ऑब्जेक्टिव था कि एक्सहेल्ड एयर में कॉन्सेंट्रेशन कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का अधिक है, और इसको इसे आप इस तरह से भी इसको कर सकते हैं रिएक्शन को कंप्लीट। ये तो कंक्लूज़न हो गया, दिस इज़ द कंक्लूज़न, एंड CaOH2 combines with, during the process of exhalation, what we are going to give or not? Carbon dioxide. What will happen? Think, it may be CaCO3 plus water. So this is the reaction which you have seen in this case. So this is the activity regarding the exhalation. Exhaled air contains more carbon dioxide. And now let us see the second activity. It is the second activity which is included for today's discussion, the 6.6, page number 103. Here, to show breathing process, that means the rate of breathing in fish. You may observe, आप मछलियों को ऑब्ज़र्व करेंगे उसके सांस लेने के प्रोसेस को एक एक्वेरियम में, और उसके बाद उसके ऑब्ज़र्वेशन के बाद क्या आपको रिज़ल्ट मिलेगा, क्या आपको कंक्लूज़न मिलेगा, वो मैंने यहाँ पे लिख रखा है। ये तो आप उसके प्रोसेस ऑफ ब्रीथिंग में आपने ये पढ़ा ही है कि इन कंपेरिजन टू द टेरेस्ट्रियल एनिमल they get less amount of oxygen, as because fairly very low amount of concentration of oxygen present within the water. And in that regard, may you here see that you will find that, but here is the two conclusion I have mentioned. एक conclusion जो मैंने यहाँ पे mention किया है इससे related, वो ये कि किस तरह से उसका जो mouth है वो open होगा, और उसके साथ साथ उसके जो कोऑर्डिनेशन होगा उसके गिल स्लिट्स के ओपन होने में, और गिल स्लिट्स के ओपन होने में या उसके ऊपर जो कवर है ओपर्क्यूलम में, ये बोनी फिश में, उसके ओपन होने में। तो यू विल फाइंड दैट इन फिश द ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग ऑफ द माउथ एंड गिल स्लिट्स वर्क इन ए कोऑर्डिनेट मैनर। जैसे ही व्हेन एवर देयर इज ए ओपनिंग ऑफ माउथ, दैट विल कोऑर्डिनेट विद द गिल स्लिट्स ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग। इट इज़ द फर्स्ट ऑब्जर्वेशन। ये आप पहला ऑब्जर्वेशन देखेंगे। दूसरा ऑब्जर्वेशन में ये देखेंगे कि आप जो है यू विल फाइंड ऑल्सो फाइंड दैट यू ब्रेथ, हम लोग जो सांस लेते हैं उसका एवरेज अगर देखा जाए, जिस टाइम हम कोई एक्टिविटी करते रहते हैं, रेस्ट में तो हमारा ये रेट जो है और ज़्यादा हाई होगा एट रेस्ट, इट इज़ मे बी from near about 16 to 20, but at when there is some activity, that in that time 12 to 14 times per minute, but fish breathe comparatively more times per minute. It is why? As because it is due to the fact that water contains far less dissolved oxygen than the atmospheric air. Therefore, to get the required volume of oxygen by diffusion, a large volume of water always should move constantly, and that is why it should move constantly over the respiratory surface. That means over the gills. From the gills and the extensive network of the capillaries take in that oxygen that passes over the gills in the dissolved form, and that will may distributed to all the parts of the body. In this way, you may compare the breathing rate or the breathing process of yourself and the fish also.